Oh.
Okay, FBI. You keep on interrupting me with that. All right. For those who are not wearing costumes, they are going to make the same reason, because without costume, they're scary enough, and by their appearance, yeah, we can agree more. So, even though the theme is Halloween, it doesn't have to be reflected in your set. You can basically talk about anything. In fact, I think scary or not, your set is fucked up enough because you're a comedian. So yeah, that should be that should be an indicator. Now, we are going to have 7 people performing. Some are open micers, some are comedians from different parts of the world. We have some Indonesians, some Malaysians, some Indonesians in Malaysia, even a Turkish girl. So, without further ado, my name is Reggy Hasibuan. I am your host, and we are going to start with the show. I'm gonna bring our first comedian. Right, as you can see, if you have the pictures in your monitor of all our performers, this guy is by far the scariest, as you can see, right? He's from Malaysia. He's an Indian guy in Malaysia. Please give it up for Abby.
Hello, everyone. So this is a COVID public announcement. Please wear mask to avoid the disease from spreading. So let me start off Halloween with one-liners. Comedians hate one-liners. Where did the ghost go for vacation? Malibu. Okay, this is me.
Keep it on, keep it on.
Scarier, right? Scarier, right?
You are right.
Yeah, because in Malaysia, you know, we are known as gangsters. We rob people. And, you know, when people see us, they are already scared. So I decided not to wear anything for Halloween because we are already scary. Yeah. So you see, just like some of y'all are not just staring at me. What is this guy doing here? Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted from you all. So my name is Abby. I'm the sunburn version of Harit Iskandar. For those of you all who don't know who that is, I'm the sunburn version of CeeLo Green. And during Christmas, I'm the sunburn version of Santa Claus, working at your nearby Tesco's. But then sadly in Malaysia, Lotus bought over Tesco's. So now since they are Lotus, that makes me the automatic version of the laughing Buddha. Yeah. So how was Halloween for everyone? Did anybody go for parties? Yeah. E.T. still hasn't taken away his makeup. So yeah. All right. So let me start with movies. So let's play Guess the Movie. Movie number 1. 1, 2, 3. Can you all guess what movie it is? No? It's Gravity. Because the whole 2 hours, that's all they do. Sandra Bullock and George Clooney, they float in space and they do nothing for 1.5 hours. And the movie is so silent. And you know what? They got first place in the Grammys for best sound. Second movie. 1, 2, 3. Star Wars. Yes, Star Wars. Now, in the next 2 minutes, let me try to summarize all the 9 Star Wars, 40 years in the making. Okay, Star Wars 1, 2, 3. Anakin Skywalker was discovered by Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan Kenobi, and then he became a Jedi. He fell in love with Amidala, but then Jedis are not allowed to fall in love. And then he asked his Jedi master, I love Amidala, can I marry her, please? And then he said no, and then they fight, and then they chop. Obi-Wan chopped Anakin's hands off, and he went like, no! Okay, 1, 2, 3. Next, 4, 5, 6. Many years later, his son, Luke Skywalker, walks around the galaxy like an aimless bastard, asking everyone, are you my father? Are you my father? Pak Lan, are you my father?
Yes.
Daddy! So he goes around asking everybody, are you my father? Are you my father? And then somewhere along the line, he flies around this Millennium Falcon. And then comes the epic sound, where Darth Vader has a breathing problem, using a CPAP machine, pumping oxygen to his throat. And then he asks, are you my father? I am your father. And then you know what he answers? No! Hey, you spend the whole 3 episodes looking for your father. And then at the end of the day, you found your father. And then you say no, is it? What's wrong with you? Then why you spend your whole life looking? Who you expect to be? Yeah, if Palan was your father, then probably you'd be happier. But then that's not the point. Okay, Star Wars 4, 5, 6. Done. And you know what? They're so obsessed with hands. You know where did they get their new hands from? The second-hand shop. Next comes 7, 8, 9. In one sentence, I can summarize the 3 Star Wars. Disney, comics, genocide. All your favorite characters from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They just start killing one by one. Han Solo dies, Princess Leia dies, Luke Skywalker, he dies, but then they think he isn't dead, and then he appears, and then he fights with someone, and then when they were about to kill him, he disappears. You see, that's not the point of the story. Everybody just starts dying for no reason. And then, somewhere in the middle, they just made a movie for fun. You know what movie is that? Rogue One. Rogue One starts, it's such a nice movie, but everybody dies. No continuation. Everybody dies. I don't know why I watched the movie. I was so into the characters, and then the whole thing, the planet just exploded. That's it. So that's what they do. Disney committed genocide. All right. Next movie.
Scream.
What movie?
Scream.
Oh no, it's worse than Scream. It's Dune. The whole 2.5 hours, the guy is just screaming in the background. He's screaming. I watched the movie in THX and 3D. My ears was bleeding. You're just screaming and screaming and screaming. And I must mention, Academy gave award for best sound for a screaming movie. And you know what? Talking about Dune, it's actually an Indian movie. If they gave the movie to an Indian director, at least the songs, or more rhythmic sounds. You all be dancing while they are screaming the 2.5 hours. But then no, the movie is about Indian families, or families having Indian names, fighting about spice. Who fights about spice? Hey, you give me back my cardamom. Now I'm going to take the curry powder and throw at your face. So you have families like Atreides, Harkonnen, Saudarkar, and then you have Fremens. Fremens are like Malaysians and Indonesians. We were colonized by people at some point. So these people were bullied and colonized. by the family. And you know what? Every morning they go and they work so hard and they get their spice for the spice trade. That is the whole essence of the movie. So every morning, the leader of the Fremens gather everybody when they are ready to go to work, and they say, all the people of the world, spice up your life. Every boy, every girl, spice up your life. Yeah, everybody will be dressed like Reggy, like soldiers. And then they take their spice, and then when they come back at night, they're scared of a worm. They're scared of a giant worm that comes out at night. And you know what song they sing? In the desert, the mighty desert, a giant worm comes at night. In the desert, the mighty desert, a giant worm comes at night. You know what? At the end of the day, when you watch all these crazy movies, you need to see a psychiatrist. October is the month for mental health. So yeah, if you watch movies like this, or even worse than this, please see a psychiatrist. And then they will tell you, sir, please, sir, come, sit down, sir, sit down, calm down. Let it go, don't hold back anymore. With this, I will let it go back to Reggy. Thank you very much.
Give it up for
My
Abby.
Eddie.
And have anyone here seen Dune, the movie? All right, yeah, it's all about spice trades, and they have like plenty of races, characters, some girls too. Some girls are in the army. You know what they call them? Spice girls. So yeah, it's an interesting movie. Okay, so after one of our comedians' obsession with the movie, we are going to proceed with the second comedian. Oh, by the way, hi Nia, and hi Kanya, hi King Wei.
Oh yeah, hi.
Wow, your audio is loud.
Oh,
Well
hi
done.
everyone.
Hi, Rex.
Hi.
Hello. Wait, I know you.
Of course you know me.
This is like my high school friends, and I've left high school like 25 years ago. Good to see you. Right. Hi, King Wei.
Hello.
Welcome. We just done with our first comedian, so you're not that late, especially for Southeast Asian standard. You are still pretty on time. We are going to continue with our second comedian, but before that, welcome. And because this is an online show, you can actually leave your volume on, so we can actually hear you when you laugh. Otherwise, it's like talking to ourselves, which is kind of weird, but not uncommon because we are kind of fucked up that way ourselves. But if you have like disturbing noises, then you may actually turn off your volume, like what Juma is having right now. We all know how chaotic your house is, so it's a good thing you put your audio on off. But if you're living alone, desperate, then please turn it on, okay? So we can be desperate together. Now, ladies and gentlemen, our next comedian is all the way from Turkey, but now currently she managed to find her way in Bali because, you know, it's not that much of a difference, isn't it? So please give it up for Ghoul.
I am Gul, and I like to help anybody. I'm a good person, but sometimes people don't seem to appreciate me. Like last week, my neighbor invited me to her little daughter's school play. And afterwards, she's like, oh, wasn't she so cute? She's just turned 5. What would you like to tell her? Well, I said, hey, kid, look, listen, showbiz is a tough business. If you want to make a career out of it, you got to prepare yourself to do something else than just standing like an elm tree. You know, you wanna make a career out of it? Be prepared to give some blowjobs. But I was not appreciated. So then I randomly picked a guy because she didn't know what a blowjob is. I wanted to demonstrate it to her. But again, wasn't appreciated. Looks like education doesn't matter anymore. My mom was a good role model. My mom, she fell in love with my father during her wedding. And my dad was a guest. I left Turkey when I was 17 to travel the world, and I ended up in Chicago. Now, once I got out of the airport, the whole thing seemed so big and so magic. I was like, wow, this is so boring. It's been 6 hours and no one has harassed me yet. Some of my friends in Turkey, they're covered Muslims. So I don't know what they look like. I gotta tell you, I'm a good person and I help anybody. But recently, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. My boyfriend told me, you got bipolar or something, just because I got upset. You know, a guy gets angry and he's just a guy. But a woman gets angry, she's got bipolar. You know, I care, I want to help. So I went to see a therapist. And the therapist goes, I was like, hey, doc. And he's like, he turned all red. And I said, I want to make a proposal. If you call me a bitch, I charge you 3 sessions. If I call you daddy, I still charge you 3 sessions.
Oh.
And now we see each other on a regular basis. Anyone else seeing their therapist 6 times a week? Well, I might be mentally ill, but I'm still an opportunist. America made me who I am. I learned to enjoy everything, like even the gunshots. I was in Harlem and I got shot. A stray bullet almost hit me in the head. It was so close. I threw myself on the floor. I was petrified. You know? And a guy came. He's like, "Hey, miss, are you all right? That was so close. You almost got shot." I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Well, you got only shot once because it's Monday. On Tuesdays, we get shot more. And on weekends, it's trigger happy hour." Like we can't. I was traumatized, but at least it was a random gunshot, not a random cum shot. Turkey, you know, I'm from Turkey and people don't believe me. They say, "Hey, you don't look Turkish," because I wax.
Oh.
Turkey is a beautiful country if you like being harassed as a woman. And not only by strangers, like Uncle Ali, Cousin Mehmet, Aunt Aisha. You know, I remember when I was a kid, me and my brother, we were playing hide and seek. And his friend Omar also joined us. Then Omar secretly sneaked in my hiding spot. I was wearing a pajama and he saw my pajama with fruits on it. He said, "What's your favorite fruit?" I said, "Apples." So he started touching each fruit on my pajama. And he's like, "This one, you like this one, you like that one?" And then he said, "Do you want to touch my banana?" I was like, "You know what? Yes, that's my second favorite fruit." And I bit off half of it. Well, you know, I was seeing a guy, like I was younger, and we were doing innocent things like holding hands and long kissing for hours. But then I was like, hey, it's too long for nothing. I have to say, let's have sex. You know, I want to know how it feels, what it feels like to have a dick inside. And then he goes, okay, well, anyway, that's what got me kicked out of kindergarten. And then he asked me, are you okay? How are you feeling? I said, well, there wasn't enough blood. They told me it was going to be bloody and painful. And he said, at least did you enjoy it? Did you have an orgasm? I was like, so, you know, I had my doubts. I went to someone else and I said, hey, I think I lost my virginity halfway. I need to lose the other half too. Can you help me out? And he did. He did help me out. He's no longer the school principal. I know what I like. I'm easygoing. I like British guys. I was flirting with this British guy and he asked me a question like a gentleman. He said, would you fancy me peeing on you?
Oh, shit.
I said, yes, just because he used the word fancy. Well, my dad used to say, if a relationship isn't working, put that guy in an imaginary freezer. Like, why imagine one when there's one in the kitchen? That's my set tonight. Thank you so much.
Ooh.
Thank you very much. Give it up for Go. Yes, I know what you're thinking. She doesn't appear like what she likes, does she? Okay, and she's our only second comedian, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, we already have our first dick jokes, right? Mental illness jokes, golden shower jokes. Yes, we are getting the right direction for this evening. You will never thought about Turkey the same way again. Don't judge a girl just because she's quiet, yeah? It's the quiet type that is usually have like the wildest inside. Holy shit, girl. And if your child is going to any kindergarten, make sure goal is not there, yes? Otherwise, you're gonna be sleeping with a headmaster. Anyway, speaking about sleeping with a headmaster, let's check our next comedian. This one is no better. Ladies and gentlemen, I said to you all that we have heard our first dick jokes. And if you think you have enough dick jokes, don't count on it because the next girl have a lot more of those. Please, it's gonna be a lot full of dick jokes. Give it up for Karina.
Hey everybody! Oh, thank you for spoiling my jokes. No, Reggy. All right. Hey everybody, I am Karina. I have daddy issues because my father is abusive. But I heard someone in the audience also, was a Slytherin. I'm also Slytherin. I also think that Draco Malfoy is like, having daddy issues. Like most Asian kids, I got early age abuse. My father used to call me names when I was little. He called me buffalo shit, monkey's anus. I was 3. Like, what in the world is even anus? He also called me monkey's child. And I was like, yay, monkeys are cute, right? It took me 5 years later to go, hey, wait a minute. It's not nice. I mean, if he's mad at me and called me monkey's child, I am the child. And isn't he the father of the monkey? Other than having bullied at home, I also experienced being bullied at school. Due to my light skin tone compared to other Indonesians, my schoolmates called me pig. Like, hey, Bobby. I was like, I didn't mind though, because my father was way worse than that. You see, early age abuse kind of built characters. So I'm more resilient than other 7 years old. Ironically, my father got angry though about the abuse and the bullies in my schools because they called me pigs. And pigs are haram. So he only used halal animals on me. Um, I was constantly seeking for validation. Like I said, I had daddy issues from manly figure that I lost virginity at the age of 15. For the sake of pleasing my boyfriend, I pretty much threw myself at him. So in case you boys are looking for an easy score, find the girl with the most issues like me. And there's a lot of us in Canggu, Bali, and I live there. Fun fact, at that time, I didn't even know that I just had sex. I didn't even know what virginity is until a few years later that I learned in a sex education class. By the way, sex education class is very useful. Not only that I learned about reproductive health, I also learned that I'm going to hell for sure. Thank you. After sex ed, then after graduation, like plus 1 year later, I just learned about the orgasm. Yeah, quite late. It took me 4 years to learn that getting validation from men can also come with orgasm. My family ensured that I got the best educations because anything less than that, my father said I would end up in a brothel. Fortunately, after uni, I worked at Facebook for the sales and marketing team. So my father is wrong. I was totally Zuckerberg's bitch. I was a good student in uni. Fun fact. I always aim to get A in every subject. However, since I'm so thirsty for manly validations, I don't mind getting D outside of the campus. Speaking of Ds, I've had some adventure testing every different kinds of it, depending on the region, ethnicity, the shape, the size, how it smells. I had no idea that dicks can vary. So I made a journal. Here's one of the entries of 2016. I traveled to KL last month. I had a one-night stand with an Arab guy. He is very dominant and got third leg between his two. Any Arab guys here? I mean, you can demonstrate my joke to anyone who is lagging. Do you know what it feels to have sex with 7 inches? Let me tell you. As the dick is coming into my vagina, it's not only felt like I lost my virginity at the second time, but it also felt like all of my internal organs were shifted upwards. I have small torso. So how do you think this? It was my first experience though with a huge dick. Also, a torso x-ray in the next day at the hospital. I need to make sure that my lungs is still intact. Well, here's another entry in 2017. I spent my summer in Amsterdam visiting families where I met Daniel. He's a gentle lover with a perfect sized dick, not too big as Arabs. But I think I need to introduce him to a thing called deodorant. I love Indonesia. I appreciate local products. After dating and sleeping with 6 local Indonesian guys, it's great. We share same dating cultures, so there's no confusion who's paying for who, no split bills and anything. And we don't get lost in translation. They are great in branding themselves. They be like, look at the size of my feet. My feet are 12. Do you know that the size of my feet is in line with the size of the dick? I was actually intrigued because I think like, oh, another big dick. If only I could sue for false advertisement. Not a happy customer yet. Thank you.
Thank you. Give it up for Karina. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, this is her first time doing stand-up comedy.
Yeah, it's my debut. You're my first audience, guys.
Yeah, that's her debut, and that's a lot of eggplants. Lots of eggplants right there.
I hope no uncles here are kind of like being offended or something.
Oh, we have uncles in here. I think the uncles are liking this. Oh, look at
Hey,
this.
singular, uncle. No uncles.
Oh, yes. Singular. Yeah, true. Look at Mr. Arlan. Look at how happy Mr. Arlan is. All right.
Can you do it again?
Come again, is it?
Oh my God, we haven't heard that many eggplants for quite a while. And as you all may know, that Karina moved to Bali. I was like, she fit in just nicely here.
Yeah. It explains a lot how fucked up I am.
No. Yeah.
I get a feeling as soon as Karina said, oh, shoe size and penis size kind of related, Abby checked his shoe rack, Oh my God, what is my shoe size?
I bet you can beat most men, you might. All right. Okay. Who's our next comedian? Let me check in the. Oh, I think it's gonna get even worse. I may have made a mistake when I made the lineup. Or you know what? They all may come in one color. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking about eggplants, at least the next comedian have more experience. As you can see, she's wearing the schoolgirl uniform. We all like that, right? Hey. That's a particular genre in porn. Now, please give it up for Cheryl.
Ooh. Oh, so how's that for you, Reggie?
Oh.
So, Abby, it's funny you mentioned curry powder earlier because I had an encounter with curry powder the other night. When I can't sleep, I like to make myself a glass of golden milk. That's basically milk that you cook with a little bit of turmeric in there. You can put some cinnamon and pepper. It's really nice for insomnia, by the way. Well, anyway, when I took out my turmeric, I found that some bugs have already been camping in there. It was disgusting. So I dug around the cupboards and I thought I found my mother's stash. So I put it in, took it up and drank it, and I was like, ew, why does it taste kind of weird? So I took out the powder and smelled it, and guess what? Well, congratulate me, everybody. I made a new invention. Curry powder milk. It didn't give me diarrhea or anything, so I guess it's fine. I haven't been performing lately because for the past 2 months, I've been working nonstop. I got assigned to an additional department. I work in a university. So basically, I'm taking care of 2 schools now. And finally, I have students.
Hey.
So I can see why people who are in my role, they don't really leave. Like they've been doing it for so many years. Because for one thing, everybody thinks we are God. I still think that I'm God, omnipresent, always available, all-knowing, all-seeing. Like, I have students who send me an email at 2 in the morning. And then they'll send a follow-up email at 5 in the morning. Miss, why no update yet? And yeah, you know what? I think I kind of know what Jesus feels like when I'm at church every Sunday and say, Jesus, please make me rich. Jesus, please make me rich. Jesus, please make me rich. I can imagine Jesus might be saying to me, my child, if you want to be rich, first of all, stop being a comedian.
That's quite true.
Yeah.
Apparently, my students think that I can read their mind. They'll send me an email with just one sentence. Miss, I cannot do this one. And I'm like, oh, what the heck did you do, kid? I just sent them out to my IT people because, well, hey, they pay fees, right? It's paying for the salary, so let them do a little bit of work. Don't come and disturb me all the time for a little bit of things. You know, students can be absolute assholes, I'm telling you. And once I had this student who emailed me an entire email on the subject line, leaving the body section of the email empty, and I have to like reply the email in order to see what he's written. And he apparently thinks that email is the same as a group chat. It says, Miss, I want to take X degree, but I don't want to take this subject, which is actually a compulsory subject if he wants to take that degree, right? I want to drop it. Anna. My reply to him, of course, I was so tempted to be sarcastic, but of course I have to uphold this level of professionalism. So I go, dear student, in order to take X degree, it is compulsory for you to take this subject. Therefore, I'm sorry to inform you that you cannot drop the subject. If you have further questions, please feel free to reach out to me again. It actually, for the sake of efficiency, that email can be replied in just one word. Cannot. You know, it's no wonder that our degree students are made to take one subject that is compulsory, business communication. Apparently, not just my students think that I'm God. My colleagues think that I'm God. My lecturers are asking me, hey, is there a room available for this? I need a room today. I need a room for this class today. I think I should actually go open another hotel since I'm so good at assigning rooms now. I can just do it in my sleep. So, hey guys, you need a room next time for a little, hush hush things or whatever. Come see me, right? Oh, hey, anybody been back on Tinder yet? Is it even still alive? Okay, compulsory dick jokes, all right? You know what? I never really had much success on Tinder. Like, I only ever get hookups. Do people even actually get any success from there? I admit, I went on Tinder when I was really, really sad, right? I just broke up with my boyfriend and my friend asked me to go there. And then I realized I started to go there to actually feel better because there are so many people there who are even sadder than I am. There are people who I've just met and said hi to and who are so ready to buy a house so that they can marry me. I'm like, whoa, slow down, dude. Like, what the fuck? I'm not even that interested in you, damn. But there was this guy who was ready to spend money on a ticket to fly all the way from God knows where to come and see me, only that he doesn't have money. And I'm like, well, tough luck, kid. I don't have money either. So yeah, I guess we're not gonna work out. Another guy who says that he's actually in the same city as me, and then he called me from the hospital and said that he needs money to pay for his doctor's bill. And I'm like, seriously? I'm in a hospital too. Which room are you at? I can come visit. I never heard back from him again. Anyway, I met an old friend who turned out to be a friend with benefits from Tinder somehow. It kind of worked out that way. But anyway, during the quarantine time, he broke up with me for non-usage of services. Does that even work? Can your friend with benefits break up with you for non-usage of services? Like, well, Okay, whatever. So I hooked up with another guy once. And my God, his dick was large. Oh, and not only that, it was wet. I didn't even want to touch it. But you know what came in handy then? Somebody actually sent me this fake STD report. I just happened to save it on my phone, and I just showed it to him. Like, yeah, I really want to fuck you, but my one of my previous fucks just sent me this message and said that he tested positive for gonorrhea. So I think I'm at risk, and I don't want to put you at risk. So bye bye. I'll be calling you. Bye. And that's it. Bye, small dick. But anyway, folks, that's my set for tonight. So I'm gonna pass the floor back to Reggie now.
Hey, give it up for Cheryl, ladies and gentlemen. If any of you need a quick certificate of graduation, you know who to call, all right? And if you have a huge eggplant, she's going to give you a discount. Good.
And no gonorrhea.
Yes. Eggplant and STD. That's a combo right there. Combo package deal. I mean, I like it when we have a night when we have more female comedians than male comedians, all right? Because if you think by having a lot of guy comedians, we have enough dicks in the show, no. And some women comedians, we have more dicks in the show, yes. All right, now speaking about a male comedian, the next comedian is a male comedian, okay? But I don't know, are we gonna take a break from all the eggplants? We'll see, because the next comedian is from Malaysia. Please give it up for Harry Tan.
Ooh.
Okay, are you there, Harry? Hello?
Maybe he's left the room.
No, he's there. He's just quiet. Maybe he has had too much dick, so he collapsed.
I just want to say that. I just want to say that.
All right. We might have some technical difficulties with Harry. That's a nice name, yeah. Harry Tan. Wow, that's both are skin conditions. Now, we might have to move Jumai. Jumai, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
So ready, yeah.
Wait, Jumai, are any of your kids around? Because they might interrupt.
She's right next to me, and my joke is still connected to the eggplants. My joke is connected to the eggplant. I didn't know that the other girls would do that. I didn't know the other girls would do that.
I should have checked it, because yes, there should be no kid for the show except Jumai's kids. It's always somewhere around. Anyway,
they heard
it's a
worse.
responsibility. All right.
They heard worse.
I'm washing my hands. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Midwest USA, our own Jumai.
Ooh, yay. Okay, so good morning. Yes, it's morning in my time. It's still 9 o'clock. So yes, welcome to the US. My name is Jumai. I'm Indonesian who's living in Midwest. US is an interesting place. It's where when you turn 18, you can buy a prostitute and buy a gun, but you're not old enough to buy alcohol yet. And also in 18, you're old enough to die in the war again without touching beer yet. So in another news, a month ago, there is a truck in Oklahoma who was involved in a single accident. The truck ran into a pole, and all of the cargo fell on the road and all over the road. The truck was carrying adult toys. Yeah, so we have lubricant and dildos all over the road. So it's a slippery road. Yeah, when I read that news, when I saw it on TV, my first thought was, how is the 911 call when? Imagine, hi, I would, 911 was your emergency. Hi, I would want to report an accident. I'm a truck driver. I'm a single accident. Okay, sir. Anybody wounded? No, everybody's okay. It's just me. I'm okay. But my cargo is all over the highway. Okay, sir. We're gonna send somebody to clean it up. What is your cargo exactly? Yeah, adult toys. Excuse me, sir. Adult toys. Dildos. Adult toys. What? Adult toys. Dildo. That is kind of, if I'm the 911 operator, I'm like, wouldn't you? And then how's that 911 call transmit to the police? Hey, this is 911, police is 911. We have a single accident, nobody's wounded. The cargo is all over the floor, for the highway, you need to clean it up. We need to clean it up. What's the cargo? Is it toxic? Well, it's not toxic per se, but it's slippery and dangerous if you don't know how you handle it. It's adult toys. What? Dildos. And so the police came there. I mean, if you're the police, can you hold your laughter? I mean, if I'm the police, I'll be laughing my ass off when I see that. And it's their job to clean it up off the highway. So the other car, literally, it's their job. So, I mean, and the thing is, if I'm the police and I'm with my partner, I cannot help you. Pick one. What dildo? Yes, I only have this. It's an Asian dildo. I'm sorry. Sorry if I offend anybody. Sorry. If I offend anybody, that means, well, Reggy, I know it's Halloween, but please don't mess your pee-pee, please. So imagine I'm the police and I said to my partner, pick one. And let's have dildo fight. And use the Star Wars toys. I mean, wouldn't you? And then the report has to be officially made by the chief of police because the highway was closed for 12 hours. When that happened, the chief of police must go in front of the press, explain what happened. So you imagine the chief of police. Usually chief of police is this 50 years old policeman or woman policeman most of the time. You have to have a straight face. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry to announce we have to close the highway for 12 hours because today, September 16, 2022, approximately 9:40 a.m., we have a single accident. A truck hit a pole and the cargo was all over the highway. We have to clean it up. And the reporter, excuse me, sir, chief, what's the cargo that we have to close the highway? The cargo is adult toys. And if you're the reporter, adult toys. Can you imagine? And you have to say, just imagine Mr. Arlan. Imagine Mr. Arlan said that press conference with a straight face. If you can, he's having a hard time imagining. So I can't put myself in the position because if I'm the chief police, before even anybody else, I want to tell you guys what happened. Oh my God, this is so funny. I mean, wouldn't you? Before I even go for the press, and I have to tell you guys, it's so freaking funny. Maybe that's why I'm stuck as comedian with no pay instead of the highly paid chief office, chief police, because I just couldn't take that seriously. Yeah, so at least that's the police, and at least in America, people are taking it somewhat seriously. Because when I saw the newscaster say it with straight face. This is OK45, the news from Oklahoma. we regretfully informed that the highway has been closed for 12 hours because there was an accident of a truck who carry precious cargo, and the road is quite slippery. The cargo is carrying adult toys. So ladies and gentlemen, please be careful on the highway. Again, and that was me. You wouldn't believe, you guys. You wouldn't believe it in front of, the national TV. I would laugh, So it's sometimes you have to do it straight face. But at least in America, again, everybody took it seriously. If this happened in Indonesia, even Malaysia, you know what's going to happen? The news. Today, there was an accident on the highway. A truck hit a pole and the car goes all over the place. The truck is carrying a very indecent items. And everybody's wondering, what is it? Drugs? What is it? What is it? Human trafficking? No, adult toys. But don't worry, we arrested the driver for distributing pornographic items. And then the next clip would be the truck driver in a orange jumpsuit, the hand behind, kind of turning the head. I'm so sorry, I would never do that again. That would be Indonesia or even Malaysia. I don't know. Or Malaysia, maybe they're kind of smiling. Who knows? So. And unfortunately, this is my biggest regret, and I was so angry about it. This didn't happen in my state or close to my town. Otherwise, I'll be there scooping up some of them and sending it to all of you, especially to Cheryl, Karina, and maybe Reggie too. Reggie for you is for comparison, Karina to heal your daddy issue, Cheryl to heal off your gonorrhea issue. I don't know. So I'm sorry for that, guys. All right, that's all for me. Thank you so much from Midwest America.
Cheers, Jumai.
Seriously, I'm so sorry. I didn't know the other girls would do that. The eggplant jokes. I was like,
you said adult toys and he just appeared like, yeah.
I think Jumai is cheating, I mean, she has the best prop of the show, her own kid. That was like
Don't worry.
The best.
Don't worry. I give my kids the most dangerous addiction in the world. And if you have kids, you know what I'm talking about. Cocomelon. Watching Cocomelon.
I thought you were gonna say Hungry Shark. What do you call it?
Oh no, that's passe. It's Cocomelon.
Okay.
Breast milk.
She's 6, Cheryl. If she's gonna get my milk, she's not gonna get anything but dust.
Okay.
Or
By the
powdered milk,
way, we also gonna have a guest performer. This guy is actually our walk-in performer. All right. I mean, he wants the show and he wants to join in the show. All right. So kudos for our next guy. But let me remind you about this show. Just because the second girl made some dick jokes and the rest of the comedian followed with some dick jokes, okay? And our previous comedians made some dildo jokes, doesn't mean you have to bring jokes about dicks and that. All right? You don't have to follow the pattern, okay? It's not a pattern. It's a coincidence.
Unfortunate coincidence.
Yeah. Maybe by perchance we got horny during Halloween. I don't know. But that's what happened right now, okay? If you want to make a clean joke, it's okay. If you want to make a dirtier joke, yes, please. So I really want to make things neutral for our next guy. I don't want to make the impression Comeng is always dirty. Yes, I'm coming next time. Yeah. It's not actually like this, actually. Speaking about dirty, yeah, you gotta make sure to keep it clean, okay? Because allow me to go back. Allow me to. You see this? You see this? very important. Yeah.
Oh my God, you're airing out your personal things. That's kind of balls.
I know, right? Very important. Okay.
Reggie, you're so bougie. That's
Yeah.
expensive. KY is cheaper. KY is
Is
cheaper.
that your butt plug?
No, no.
No, that's lubricant.
Just
That
like
shows Abby. That shows
Do
Abby
you
is
like-
single. That
Wait,
shows
do you
Abby
like
is
the
single.
I know, right?
man?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shows Abby is single.
Just like crowd work is important in comedy, just like interaction is important. Yeah. In having a relationship, you also need lubricants. Okay. So yes.
Just be
Yeah,
careful,
but-
Reggie. Not too much. It's slippery road. It's too much.
All
To
right.
lubricate the show, we have.
Anyway, be nice to our walking comedian. This is his first time. Let's not traumatize this guy. All right. Thank you very much for joining us. I hope you next time. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for this guy. He's very kind and very bold to actually want to have the chance to perform. So please give it up for King, all the way from Malaysia, King Y.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for
Hello.
allowing me to be in here. I was having a coffee with a friend of mine, and out of the blue, he just said, "King, you're quite snobbish, you know." Oh, I was very offended. I slapped him with the back of my credit card. No, I didn't. I thought it, you know. But then he decided to give me examples. He said, "You know, King, you like to stay in these 5-star hotels. You know, budget hotels cannot, is it? I mean, what's wrong with 5-star hotels? You know, they give me great service, great beds, great view, but best of all, great toiletries, right? Not right. You know, and my
Yes.
favorite, and also not, I'm sure what you guys do is you go collect all the toiletries, right, and put it into your bag because housekeeping always replenishes. Yes, I can see it. And my favorite toiletry to collect is the toilet paper. Wow, fantastic quality, I tell you. Yeah. Some of you don't take the toilet paper, huh? You should take it. It's free. The other day he started giving me another example. He said, "You know, King, when you go and buy clothes and everything, you don't go to normal sales and everything. You always go to this boutique. I wanted to cut him with my credit card actually, because he knows I hate it when he doesn't pronounce words correctly. He was supposed to say boutique. You know, another word that triggers me is when everybody's saying the word croissant. Yeah, it's croissant. Huh? I hope everyone here can learn how to say it properly, yeah, because you have to learn. Anyway, back to shopping. Do you know those items that if you buy them on sale, they've already been worn before by people sending them back for returns, or it is trying them on. So people with smelly body odor, sweaty armpits, you know, or worse, you know, big stomach, big breast, big butt, big arm, big leg, stretch material so big, right? You buy it, you wear it, you think you've lost weight. It's a lie, I tell you. Yeah, and have you seen those people who buys those things? Quite ugly, right? Oh, I don't mean that in any judgmental way. I just think they should, you know, take care of themselves a bit more. I'm sure all of you would have done the saliva antigen test, right? Because of COVID and everything. A while back in Malaysia, there was this one office block when I went there to visit a friend. You had to do the test in front of a witness. So there I was attended by this Malay girl. She was in a blue headscarf in a very cute baju kurung and had to take everything out of the box, spit, mix. And then she said, before I put the solution into the test kit, she said, "Sir, please wait 1 minute." Oh, okay, I'll wait 1 minute. Ding. Then she said, "Okay, sir, now you can put it into your asshole." Excuse me? In your asshole, sir. What kind of test is this? You know, so no, sir, in your asshole, in your asshole. I mean, I said, tak sir, no, cakap macam tu. You know, my Malay came out. I was like, this is so horrible. I was going to faint. And then I look at the test kit and realize that the hole where you put the solution in has a letter S next to it. Yeah, you've all been putting something in your assholes. Yeah, yes. I went to an event where I took photographs with these Japanese sumo wrestlers, you know, those big guys. And, you know, when I look back at those photographs, I think, ladies and gentlemen, I have discovered the secret to weight loss. Larger friends. That's all my time, guys. Thank you so much.
Give it up for King Y. All right. Thank you very much for joining us. That was his first time performing in our show. Thank you very much, King. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Finally, something else than dick jokes. That was quite refreshing.
Thank you.
But hey, ass jokes though. But hey, it's different. Okay. I hope you guys are having a fantastic night this evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's raining in Bali, so to close the show, it's your own host, me. Okay. Yeah.
But Reggie,
It's-
sorry,
yes.
Reggie. I think Harry Tan is back.
Oh, Harry just messaged me, sir. He said he want to
Oh.
watch first.
Okay.
All right. Now, it's quite interesting that Mr. Alan made the point that I look like a Japanese soldier wearing this. That was not my intention. I was trying to look like a security guy. But you know what? Let's make jokes about that now, shall we? All right? Because we have had dick jokes, we have had ass jokes, we had dildo jokes, we even had like golden shower jokes. You know what we're lacking? Dark jokes. Yay, let's go with some dark jokes. Here's the thing though. Now, Indonesia and most of the countries in Southeast Asia was colonized at some point, right? And for Indonesia, we were colonized by the Dutch for 250 years. And that's nothing compared to 3 years being colonized by Japan, right? Okay, now Japan is so bad, they need to be bombed twice just to stop that shit. Now, Japan got bombed so hard, they turned cute. You said Japan these days, right? Compared to like 50 years ago. I mean, back then they do harakiri. Now they do Hello Kitty. Come on. Back then they say I kill you. Now they say Pikachu, I choose you. Right? Back then they do kamikaze. Now they do bukake. Wow! They used to fight Americans, now they fight Godzilla. So yeah, right? I mean, that's interesting, right? I mean, if somebody is so bad, just bomb them twice. It's gonna turn them cute. I was wondering about my family though. I was like, because this YouTube series about finding your lineage, your ancestors, right? I think it's interesting that it's quite unpredictable what kind of result you got. So I was doing my research about my lineage, about my ancestors. Now, and the result is interesting because my mom's Chinese. That's why I got this Chinese look. But my dad is Indonesian. Not only that my dad is Indonesian, he comes from a tribe, yeah, that originated from Sumatra, the island here. Okay, so my dad comes from a tribe in Sumatra, right? Hundreds of years ago, my dad's tribe, check this out, they were headhunters. And no, they were not recruiting. All right, it's not like the kind of headhunter that say, how would you see yourself in the next 5 years? No. All right? Literal cannibals. All right, my ancestors were cannibals. I just learned about this. Apparently, cannibalism was quite common in Indonesia hundreds of years ago. In fact, in the years 1292, Marco Polo, when he visited Indonesia, he had to stay in the coastal city because going in the forest is dangerous, right? He might have met with some cannibals, which is good, because if Marco Polo went into the forest, the game will be different, right? It's not gonna be Marco Polo, no. It's gonna be Marco Pesto, Marco Risotto, or for my Indo friends, Marco, bakso. So yeah, that's what's gonna happen. But this whole practice of cannibalism stopped until the missionary in early 19th century, which is quite recent, by the way, entered my dad's island and just spread gospel, right? And the missionary was like, okay, you people, from now on, no more eating people. And my dad's people were like, oh, why? And then the missionary said, okay. You can still eat people, but still, yeah, only a particular people. Okay, you can eat bodies, but only the body of Christ.
Oh.
And drink blood, but only the blood of Christ. There you go. Gospel works, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Speaking about Halloween and horror, you know what's the horror here in Indonesia, in Bali, specifically tourists. Oh my God. Those guys are the source of STD and income. So yeah.
Income.
Yeah. Here's the thing though. Because we have our own way to call white people here in Indonesia. We call them bule, right? But a lot of my tourist friends ask me, Reggie, what does bule means? Now, to understand about this context, you have to understand that Asian people are especially Southeast Asian people, are very, very, very racist. All right. Every single nations in Southeast Asia have their own way of calling white people. Now, in Indonesia, we call white people bule. Bule means, you know what bule means? Bule means white buffalo. Okay. No, sorry. Bule means albino buffalo. Even worse. Now, I know it's offensive, yes. But you have to understand, this was made hundreds of years ago when my people were still mostly farmers. Okay, so when we first see white people, we're like, huh, you look like one of my cow. Are you sick too? So yeah, that was like hundreds of years ago, all right? I mean, now the meaning shifted. We don't use bule only for white people. Every single foreigners, we call them bule. For example, people from Japan, we call them Japanese bule. People from India, we call them Indian bule, which makes Indians very happy because that's the closest thing they'll ever get to white privilege. And... Now, here's the ultimate paradox. We call black people black bule.
Black bullet.
That's why they're so happy in my country. All right? Indonesia is the true BLM, man. We have the true BLM. Bule lives matter. Now, like I said though, every single country in Southeast Asia, every single people is racist. Bule is Indonesia, right? In Cambodia and Thailand, they call bule and they call white people farang, right? From francs, the currency of French. Maybe they got colonized by French. I don't know. In Malaysia, they call white people mat saleh, right? Saleh from sailor. Singapore is the most interesting, I think, because in Singapore, they call them angmo. You know what angmo means? Angmo means red hair. So, from all the countries in Southeast Asia, they got colonized because of their spice. Singapore is the only one that got colonized by gingers. Which explains why until now, Singapore doesn't have a soul. So yeah. But again, even in Singapore, it depends on the dialect. I think Angmo is Cantonese, right? Oh, no. Angmo is Hokkien. Okay. In Cantonese, they call white people Guailo. You know what Guailo means? This is even more offensive. Guailo means ghost person. And I can understand this. Probably hundreds of years ago, there's this Asian lady in Singapore saying to a white guy, David, this is your baby, David. David, wait, David. Guaylo. Hey, you lucky your boy, I keep you. So yeah, that's basically the history of why people are so racist here. All right. I'm gonna close with this, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if this is a good closing. So I am an atheist. All right. Yeah, actually, I'm not an atheist. I'm they don't understand that. Yeah. Whenever I talk to my friends, my Indo friends, I'm an agnostic. Agno what? Agnostic. Oh, Reggie, that's okay. You're special. You're good with numbers. Autistic. That's agnostic, not autistic. Fine. It is okay. Okay. But I don't eat babies because I don't come from mainland China. However, here's the thing though. Because my mom and dad, one time they caught me watching porn. All right. Now, my mom and dad, they were like conservative Catholics. I was born in a Catholic family. My mom's a conservative Catholic. My dad's a liberal Catholic. That's quite an interesting mix. Yeah. When my mom, when she caught me watching porn, she called my dad. And she said to my dad, look at your son. He's watching porn. And my dad was like, wait. Straight porn or gay porn? And I was like, gangbang porn, Dad. And my dad was like, son. Yeah, disappointing, son, disappointing, but very impressive. Now, many years later, I just, both my parents had passed away, right? And my extended family told me, Reggie, it's okay. Don't be sad that your parents have passed away because now they're both in heaven, looking down at you every single day. And I was like, that is the creepiest thing ever. All right? Both my parents checking me out from heaven every single day, right? I mean, what would they say about me up there? I mean, I'm sure my mom would call my dad and she would say, look at your son. He's an atheist. And my dad will say, very disappointing, son, but impressive. Thank you very much. That's my time, y'all. All right. I'm going to go back into gallery view. And that's our show. Thank you very much for all the comedians, all the open micers, and all the audience. I would like to say thank you one by one. Let's see. Thank you, Abby. And now you're wearing the mask, huh? Thank you for the girl who opened up the gate to the dick world. Cool. All right. And it's like never stopping dick jokes from there. Okay. Exacerbated by Karina. Thank you, Karina. And then thank you, Cheryl. And then thank you, Jumai, for the accident of the century in Oklahoma. Thank you, King Y. Yeah, please listen to King. Yeah, and next time you go to the hotel, take the toilet paper home. And then it's been my pleasure to close the show. Thank you very much, you guys. Happy Halloween.
Great job, everybody.
Thank you for all our audience. Thank you, Nia, for watching. Thank you, Alvin. Thank you, Mr. Schneider. Titin, I know you're there, right? Doing your doing accounting probably, but thank you. Tipit and Kania, thank you. Mr. Haritan, even though you are unable to perform today, Mr. Hari, I'm sure you are very impressed of the quality of our dick jokes. You can't wait to our next show.
I am impressed. I'm very impressed. It's very interesting to watch such humorous and pleasant presentations. I'm really, I really admire your personalities that you turn things to comedy. It's
Thank
very
you, sir.
impressive.
Thank you, sir. Mr.
You are
Quader.
not
How well-
disappointing, but impressive. You are.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Quader, if you may know, where are you from, sir?
I'm from Jordan.
Jordan. Ah, okay. Wink, cool. Wink, wink, cool. Cool. Wink. That's close enough. By the way, Mr. Quader, Gul is from Turkey. There you go. Close enough. Close enough.
I don't think so.
As you can see,
Geography fail, huh?
I know. It's not my strong suit. Middle Eastern, huh, both of you. All right.
Not even, but anyway.
I hope he
Tintin
wasn't
is
there during
here.
my jokes though.
Oh, was that Karina?
Yeah, he wasn't there during my jokes about Arab sticks.
Oh, thank God.
Oh.
Do we need to repeat that? from him?
Recording the recording.
No. I
I'm a
think
bit
Mr.
scared here.
I think Mr. Quater is spared from there. Otherwise, we will all be traumatized, just like Arman.
Do
Okay.
you have any, Karina?
Oh.
Someone.
For her to know, for you to find out, I guess.
Yeah.
Did I log out or something? Because I'm very uncomfortable here.
Join us for next month's show.
Yes.
No,
Next
it's
month's
okay.
show, we're gonna have Gul and Karina again just for quality control.